Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy. In today's video, we're going to be talking about owner-operators, and they are hot. It's in the rise, and a lot of people want to be them. We're going to break down why is it the right time for you to potentially become an owner-operator in the business itself. So for people who do not know, an owner-operator in trucking means that you now become a business owner, which means you purchase the truck, maybe you're leasing a truck itself, and now you're in charge of your own destiny and your own fate. Below an owner-operator, there's something called a company driver. There, you're just an employee of a company, and the company gets to decide which loads you're going to do and when you're actually going to be doing those loads itself, right? As an owner-operator, you have a lot more flexibility, and we're going to be giving you three main reasons why a lot of people are actually thinking and turning into owner-operators itself. So reason number one is going to be technology. So like we talked about, becoming an owner-operator is not just being a driver. There's a certain skill set that you need when it comes to driving a tractor-trailer safely. There's a whole separate skill set of actually understanding how to run a business properly and making money while running a business and driving a truck at the same time. So that being said, a lot of the bigger companies out there had this on lock for a very long time, simply because they have the infrastructure, right? Because when you think about it, if you're just a driver, all you really have to do is focus on how do you get the truck from point A to point B. Once you become an owner-operator, there's a lot more things on your plate. For instance, where am I going to find my next load? How do I have to negotiate with the brokers on the next load? How do I handle the whole invoicing side of things when it comes to the actual getting paid, right? How do I actually interact with customers to see when do they actually need the load delivered by? How do I make sure that all my paperwork is in line? How do I track my expenses? How do I make sure I have a profit at the end of the year? How do I handle the insurance? How do I handle the maintenance? How do I handle the fuel costs? All those things are added on top of becoming an owner-operator. And for that, you're going to get two main things. One, should be making more money as long as you know exactly what you're doing. And two, you're going to have a lot more flexibility because you get to control your future. So that being said, a lot of the bigger trucking companies had the whole owner-operator stuff on lockdown simply because they have the infrastructure. They have a whole accounting department. They have a whole bookkeeping department. They have a whole dispatch department itself to help you find your next load, so you don't have to think about any of that stuff. But in this day and age of technology, a lot of software companies out there are pretty much bringing all these departments into one simple software, even a simple app that you can use on your phone. One of the examples of many out there is called Convoy, and an app like Convoy gives you a lot of the benefits that if you were running a huge big company having so many employees kind of doing all these things, it's kind of a streamlined way to kind of help you get your business on track as an owner-operator. So what an app like this does, it actually helps you find and streamline loads, get you from point A to point B in the most time efficient and getting the highest amount of money as well, right? So it's great for owner-operators to kind of take that out of their thinking process because, like I said, there's a lot of different things on their plate. And there's a big push to become an owner-operator simply because of different technology pieces like that help the whole operational side of things really work. But if you're not fully aware of how to truly run a business, how to understand the P&L, what is profit, what is loss, what is income, what is expense, that is definitely going to be something that you definitely have to educate yourself on. If you need more help on that, put in the comments below. Maybe we'll put a whole new video just on how to make sure that your trucking operation is profitable, because there's a lot of trucking operations out there that are not profitable at all. The next topic that's actually forcing a lot of people thinking about becoming an owner-operator is the change of generations. So the older generation is retiring. You're talking about guys like my uncles in their 50s and 60s, some of them even in their 70s, who have been truck drivers for many, many years. And they were comfortable being a company driver. They were good to go. Now this newer generation's coming in. A lot of these newer generations, you kind of have a mix of both, but a lot of them actually have an entrepreneurial spirit. And they're not necessarily, hey, let me just work hard all the time. Let me just work 7 days a week type of thing like the older generation was. A lot of the newer generation kind of wants a life balance and kind of wants more freedom to decide how much money they want to make and when they want to work versus not work. So if you're a company driver, you have no say on when you can work and when you can't work because they come up with the schedule for you, and you're going to get a nice steady salary for that reason alone. So you're going to get stability, but you're going to lower the actual flexibility and freedom that you do have. As an owner-operator, you will have a lot more flexibility on when you want to work, because say you don't go to work that day, no one's going to yell at you, right? Because you don't have a boss overseeing you. You are your own boss. But the downside of not going to work is you're not going to get paid. So a lot of people who get into the owner-operator game, they might be doing it to make the most amount of money possible. And if you have the proper skill sets that we talked about earlier, and you have the technology in place and the systems to help you scale your business, you can make as much money as you want. But for those people who value freedom over that, becoming an owner-operator for a lot of the younger generations, like they say Generation Z out there, is definitely a good option if they want that kind of balance. Hey, I just want to work like 2 days a week, 3 days a week, to make enough money to kind of pay my bills. I won't necessarily get rich. Maybe over time I will. But that being said, that's why I want to become an owner-operator. And if that's the case, that's a great option for actually becoming an owner-operator itself. And the last reason why most people want to become owner-operators now is actually going to be the earning potential. There's actually a stat out there that 70% of all the trucks on the road out there are actually owned by a company that owns 10 trucks or less, which means a lot of independent drivers. And there's another stat that says 1 out of every 9 actual drivers out there are considered independent. Now, independent could be 1099 employees, or it could mean owner-operators itself. So there's a whole lot of people out there who kind of started their own business, kind of controlling their own future. And the main reason why they're doing it is because they want the ability to scale. Trucking is an amazing thing because it's an equalizer. It doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter what your history was. If you're somebody who can do the job and do the job well, you can make a lot of money, and it's very equal pay. It all depends on results at the end of the day, right? So for instance, if you're trying to get into a new career and you're looking to make more money doing it, maybe trucking is the best option for you. If you just want a nice stable career making $75,000, that's what an average truck driver makes itself. That means a company driver, you're working for a company. After you have a couple of years experience, that's about average. There's a lot of people out there who make a lot more than that as well. Now, the next level above that is becoming an owner-operator, which means now you have full control of what you actually look like and where you can work and how much money you can make. Those guys top out around $150,000 to $200,000 a year driving a truck for themselves itself. And then next level above that is become a fleet owner. So at that level, that is where you can really scale to be whatever you want it to be. If you want to kind of just make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, put a few fleets underneath you and kind of set up a system where things can kind of run with or without you. If you want and you have a very hungry appetite to making millions of dollars, you could definitely do that in trucking as well. And that's why a lot of people decide to become an owner-operator, because they want to expand their fleet to hundreds of trucks itself. We've interviewed people who have gone from 0 to over 100 trucks and how their life has changed. We've actually had students who actually went from not having a CDL license to actually having 13 different trucks, making about $50,000 a week in revenue itself, and making more money than they've ever made in their life. So CDL is an amazing way to go no matter what type of revenue target you are actually looking to hit. Whether you're looking to stay something stable, because once you have a CDL license, you're good for life, or you're looking to make millions and millions of dollars, this is a great path for you to do that as well. So I hope you understand why a lot of people are getting into becoming owner-operators in this world, and maybe it might be a good option for you. But if you don't have a CDL license yet, the first thing you should do is come get your CDL license here at Driving Academy. We're the first and only truck driving school franchise in the country. We're the best truck driving school in the country itself. We have a mission of helping 1 million people get on the road to freedom. What's more free than driving where you want to go and making more money while you're doing it? So I'll see you on the next video, and thank you very much. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.